Hey guys, I'm Nick and welcome back to Sci-Finatics. Or if you're new here or it's a regular viewer that hasn't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click on that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the best Star Trek news on YouTube. So today I'm talking to you guys about the second episode of Season 4 of Star Trek Discovery. We're a little bit of a sneak peek showing us what we're in store for this next episode of Star Trek Discovery, which comes out this coming Thursday. So we're going to have a bit of a look through that as best we can and give our thoughts and opinions on what we're up for this second episode of Discovery, which is entitled Anomaly, I believe. For obvious reasons. They found the anomaly last week. It's blowing up planets left, right and centre, and they've got some serious problems on their hands. So let's take a look at this little scene and see what we're in for. Well, for starters, we see a turbolift door opening and none other than Saru and Tilly coming out of the turbolift. I got to say, it's great to see Saru back on the Discovery, and it's good to see him back on the ship, even though he's not captain anymore. He's obviously got the brooch on his uniform there to indicate his affiliation or whatever, like I guess much like Worf wears his sash to say I'm Klingon. I guess Saru's now got this little brooch on to say, hey, I'm Kelpian and I'm part of the, I don't know, Kelpian society or whatever. So yeah, good to see Saru back again. And as Saru walks back onto the bridge, the first one to welcome him is none other than Lieutenant Commander Owashaken. OO greets him and says,
"Welcome back, Captain."
But for some reason, Saru really doesn't seem to want to be called captain, which is sort of like, really? He holds the rank of captain in Starfleet. He is a captain. He was their captain last season. Why would you not be happy to be called captain? And he just wants to be called Saru. He sort of asks, please everybody just call me Saru.
Please, call me Saru.
Which to me is a bit like, what? Clearly he's still part of Starfleet. He holds the rank of captain. There's no first officer on board the ship, and he sort of doesn't seem to want to have his rank or seniority respected, which kind of strikes me as a little bit odd. I think Saru was a great captain last season, and to see him not want to be a leader on the ship, I would have liked him and Burnham to kind of adopt a sort of, as there's no first officer on the ship, a kind of a co-captaincy situation. But it seems like from this dialogue, that's not going to happen. And look, Burnham comes up with a kind of a compromise in this situation, and she's sort of, I think she feels like Saru is a bit too informal and that calling him just Saru doesn't really respect his sort of seniority and experience within Starfleet. So she kind of says,
How about Mr. Saru?
which is kind of like slightly better, but maybe not as best as we could get for Saru. Because I always felt bad last season that it was kind of like Saru was made captain, and then like literally 5 episodes later, or probably maybe even less than that, I can't recall exactly how many episodes he was actually officially captain for, but it seemed quite short. And, you know, the rug was pulled out from him and Burnham was shoved in the chair. And it's like, oh, I would have liked to see Saru sit in the chair for at least a full season before Burnham took over. But, you know, that's just me.
That would be acceptable.
And Burnham asks Commander Bryce to open a ship-wide channel. So it seems like our Lieutenant Christopher, who was there filling in last week's episode on communications, he's now off the ship, and Bryce has resumed his official duties as communications chief on the ship. And here we get Burnham addressing all of the crew over the PA system throughout the ship so that they can hear what's going on. And Burnham says,
Discovery, today we seek to understand a threat like none our galaxy has faced before.
But is that completely true? Wasn't the burn a threat like the galaxy had not seen before? I mean, all of warp drives exploding and, you know, no travel enabled between any Federation worlds seems like a pretty big deal. So I think an anomaly that's sort of flying through space, destroying planets, yes, it's obviously incredibly destructive, but it's sort of, to me, it feels like it's at least on par with the degree of threat that the burn created. So to say like it's a threat like nothing we've discovered or come across before, seems like it's a bit of a misspoke on Burnham's behalf here. I think there's always that kind of one-upmanship to try to one-up whatever happened last season or whatever. We have to make the the scale of the drama and the scale of the threat, the biggest we've ever seen. I don't think that's the case. I think if it's engaging and captivating and we have good characters and good storytelling, we don't need to have the galaxy threatened to be, blown to pieces every 5 minutes. By trying to make the stakes that high every time, you're just setting yourself up for a fail. I just think try to do good storytelling, try to do good characters, a good threat, but don't necessarily try to make it these cataclysmic, the entire universe is going to be destroyed kind of thing, because it's sort of been done multiple times before. We saw that threat in Season 2 with Control. That was going to be a threat that all the galaxy was going to be destroyed by Control, and then obviously the burn was unleashed on the galaxy as a galaxy-ending threat, and now we've got this anomaly through the galaxy that's destroying everything. It's seeming very cut and paste to me. I hope it's done well, and I hope it's done in an engaging way. What are we doing differently here on this show? What are we doing that's bringing originality and captivating stories to the show, rather than just doing the same old thing every time with a different name?
We know the cost of its destructive power all too well. We lost colleagues, friends, and Quajan.
It's sad that Quajan has been destroyed by the anomaly, and clearly Book looks absolutely devastated in this little clip. His eyes look red. He's clearly been crying quite a bit. A whole worlds have been destroyed, and clearly this anomaly is passing through the galaxy, maybe a little bit like the way the Nexus energy ribbon passed through the galaxy in Star Trek Generations, threatening to wipe out planets or whatever, and obviously Picard and Kirk had to stop that. We've got this anomaly, which is obviously passing through this galaxy as well, wiping out planets, in a similar fashion.
Countless lives, histories, futures. We won't let their deaths be in vain. And we are going to make damn sure nothing like this happens again. Not on our watch. Not on our watch. Black alert.
Aye, Captain.
So Burnham gets through the speech, which, it's an inspiring speech. I like the way she delivers it. It's nice to have all of the crew listening on as she takes us through this little spiel. And I really hope that the anomaly does satisfy us as an audience this season, because it has the equal potential to be a captivating threat, but also a kind of been there, done that before kind of threat as well. We have the danger of repeating aspects of the last season in this season. Great to see Saru back on board the ship again. Good to see Doug Jones back as part of the cast in this season of the show. And I'm really hoping that our next episode is a really interesting episode. Let me know what you guys thought about this little sneak peek clip of episode 2 of Star Trek Discovery Season 4. As always, please don't forget to leave a super thanks. If you're able to, it really helps the channel out. Much appreciated. Always like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And please check out my merch in the merch store, where you can pick up some really cool Star Trek hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, caps and everything. Lots of good stuff there, helps support the channel out. And at the moment it's free shipping, so the next couple of days free shipping in the merch store, so be sure to check that out as a bit of a bargain, bit of an extra off the price before Christmas. And I'll see you guys very soon for my next review. Catch you soon.